All right, yet another update video. I might go on another rant, actually. I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into what I'm thinking and feeling right now, which sounds like a rant video, yeah. So I'm doing more research and I'm doing more, studying on this whole journey that I'm on, trying to lose this weight, trying to get in shape. And some of the hardest parts is trying to figure out exactly what to do, when to do it, and how much of it to do. Am I building muscle first? Am I burning fat first? Am I doing a little bit of both? It's hard to figure it all out. There's so many things, there's intermittent fasting, there's OMAD or 1 meal a day. There's all of these things that work for so many people and that have been proven in some cases to be very effective. And it's like almost like a kid in a candy store. I don't know what to do and to do first. There's so many different options that I have. Like I said in my last video, I think that I'm doing the most important thing right now, which is training my mind, training my habits to get away from the old. And that way that primes me for the new, for my future. And if I can accomplish that, then I may end up in a much better place, prepared to put in the hard work necessary with all of these different techniques. I don't think any of these techniques or any of these methods are going to be worth a whole lot if I don't first have the discipline, the self-discipline and the effort to make whatever it is work. There are no magic tricks. There are no shortcuts to changing your future. I don't think there are financially, and I certainly don't believe there are physically. So at this point, I've decided, since my last video and since doing more research, I'm going to give myself 30 days. I mentioned 30 days in the last video, so I'm going to go ahead and solidify that and say I'm going to give myself at least 30 days of consistent action. Maybe it's a little bit blind, maybe I'm stumbling around, but that doesn't matter nearly as much as the action itself, and the polish comes later. That's something that I've loosely believed, and it's becoming more and more apparent that that is the proper way for me to go forward. I can't say what other people should or shouldn't do, but I can say for sure that right now, I think the most important and vital thing for me is to just force myself into this consistent action. And I'll do that, like I said, for at least the first 30 days before I go trying other things. That also gives me a little bit of relief on the education part of it as well. Not that that part will ever stop, the learning will always continue, but it does allow me to just kind of take a breath and decide what I want to do, create my own plan. Will I eat this? Will I eat that? Will I use OMAD? Will I use intermittent fasting, 2 meals a day? It helps me design my own sort of workout programs or routines to see what works for me. It lets me look into and do a little bit more research into other people's programs, paid programs and things that already have a sort of roadmap laid out for me. It gives me that sort of breathing room to do that. So I've decided now 30 days of continuing to do this consistently, posting these videos, walking, working out twice, sometimes 3 a day, because twice will be my normal and 3 might be the bonus time per workout. And in that way, I'll be able to sort of go ahead and be pretty sure that I've locked in the habit of it all, the positive sort of routines of it all, sort of infused into my bones. And that way I can just kind of, at that point, I can know for a fact that I'm prepared to put in the work anywhere else I go. Because the main thing that was wrong with me before was that there was that tendency to look for shortcuts. I'd like to have this pizza and that milkshake and these donuts and that cake and those cookies. And I'd like to still somehow find that perfect supplement that I could take, or that one day a week in the gym that I could do. There are no shortcuts. And I finally sort of matured and grown out of that old childish way of thinking that I could do whatever I wanted without any real direction or purpose, and then somehow still achieve the greatest, most desirable results possible. That's not going to happen. And again, maybe that sounds completely stupid to other people far smarter than me, far younger than me, who have already figured that out. but I just figured it out. I'm going to have to work my ass off for the things I want in life. There are no shortcuts. And I'm glad to figure it out now at my current age of 36 rather than 46 or 56. But there are no shortcuts. So I think that whatever methods I'm looking into, whatever options that I may have, and whatever roads open out in front of me that allow me to travel those roads along the path of weight loss and along the path of money gain, any of it that doesn't require or ask me to work hard and put in a boatload of effort, I'm gonna go ahead and not buy what they're selling. I'm not gonna spend my time on a waste of time, essentially. I know that it's going to take a ridiculous amount of effort, both in the gym and in the bank, and putting in the work necessary for my physical and financial fitness, for my money and my muscle. I know that that work is part of the deal. And right now I'm conditioning my mind to be prepared to put in that kind of work, to be capable of putting in that kind of work. And then I'm gonna go and like I said, in 30 days, well, not 30 days from now, but in 30 days of consistency. So like maybe after my 30th video, which will be the 30th day of these efforts, I'm gonna go ahead and activate the new plan. I'm gonna take this time to really refine and polish what my first move will be. I can't promise it would be my last move, because there is no such thing when you're always moving forward and you're always rebooting yourself and you're always looking to accomplish a new goal. But I can say my very first move, I'm gonna give myself these 30 days to plan it out and figure it out. Like I said, I've already kind of gotten into a lot of the education, but it's not nearly over. There's so much education still required. I just got back from the gym this morning and I had a great workout. It felt good. I worked multiple parts of my body. I did a lot of things, but my education right after, before I go to my walk, my education and the learning process is revealing that maybe I'm not getting enough protein. Maybe the meals that I'm doing and the way that I'm splitting them is sending my body's, insulin levels, into the wrong directions at the wrong time. Lots of little things you can do, again, to keep that furnace burning. It's not always about what happens in the gym. YouTube video after YouTube video on this issue and article after article continue to state that the real weight loss and the real fat burning happens in the kitchen, not in the gym. And there's such a science behind it that it requires me to figure it out if I really want to maximize my results. So that being said, again, it's a journey for me and it's not something that's supposed to happen overnight. That's why I make these videos, just to keep myself sort of focused and disciplined. And also, again, if somebody else is out there on that same journey, they can know that they're not alone. And like I said, I'm going to figure this all out, but it takes time. And part of the challenge is having enough patience to give myself that time. So like I said, to reiterate, I'm going to go ahead and let myself, between now and the 30th day, get all the educating I can to figure out what my official first educated move is going to be. Right now, this is a very uneducated phase where I'm just getting off my ass. Getting off my ass did not require education. It required willpower. It required something deep down inside that couldn't be read in a book or heard in an audio book or seen on a YouTube video. And I had to pull that out of my soul to get off my ass and decide that my life has to be better than this and I've got to change it. That's the phase I'm still in. So I'm gonna let that ride out for, again, the first 30 days, of which I'm already through more than half of. And I'm gonna educate myself on that official first move. Anyway, I don't know how long this video is gonna end up being. I've ranted long enough. Hopefully you've been able to find some value in this video. Hopefully you find some value in my struggle. And if you have struggles of your own, hopefully you stick with it, because I plan to, and I don't ever plan on giving up or slowing down ever again. Again, the efforts will continue, the education will continue, definitely for me and hopefully for you. And I'll see you in the next video.